Chiefs Kingdom, we got an injury update for you as in today's press conference. Andy Reid revealed to us 5 players that either are not practicing today or were limited in practice. We're going to go through those 5 names along with talking with offensive struggles. But before we get into that, I need you to subscribe if you want daily Chiefs content. We're bringing it to you every single day, a video, and on top of which you're getting free content right here on the Chiefs Report. So make sure you subscribe, youtube.com/ChiefsTV. Glad you chose to join us today. My name is Jay Sanders, and you're watching the Chiefs Report by Chat Sports. And on today's show, we're going to talk through the injury report. Let's start first with the 3 names that did not practice. Those 3 names, Nick Bolton, Richie James, and Kadarius Toney. Now, Richie James, Kadarius Toney, and Nick Bolton, all 3 of them did not practice yesterday. So this is the second time that these 3 guys did not practice. The one concerning one, I think, is definitely Kadarius Toney as he's dealing with his toe. Now, it becomes a question now, his availability for this Sunday's game against the Bears. And he's dealt with this toe issue a couple times in his career. Most recently in the preseason, he had some issues with the toe. And now, second day of practice, the first game of the year, he didn't practice at all and then just played the first game. We saw how that went for him. I hope that he can get some kind of work in, but I got to be honest, I'm a little concerned with him not getting practice. I'm going to open the question up. What's your concern level with this? Because I don't really like that we have our technical number 1 wide receiver as questionable here on Thursday. It's just not what you want to see. So get in the comments on a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being, I'm not that concerned, he'll be fine, it's just a toe, we'll figure it out, or 10 being, oh no, are we going to have a repeat of the week 1 performance where he dropped everything that was thrown to him? Get in the comments, give me a number, just put in there what your concern level is with Toney this week. Let's go to the 2 other people on the injury report today, and that is Willie Gay Jr. and Isiah Pacheco. Both these guys yesterday did not practice. Willie Gay Jr. did do the walkthrough yesterday, but now today he is back in practice. But the name that I like to see is Pacheco. I really am happy to see him back on the practice field, making plays and getting out there and just kind of getting those legs loose, as he's going to be a key guy for the Chiefs over this season, and especially against the Bears. I want to see him get going. He's had 20 carries thus far through 2 games, and I kind of want to see him get to maybe 15 carries per game. Right now, you take divide 20 by 2, boom, you're getting at 10. I want to see him get up to about 15 carries per game. That's the hope, but we're just going to have to see, and hopefully, with the limited participation today, he can be back full tomorrow and be ready to go fully on Sunday. All right, before we transition, I want to tell you that the Chiefs Report is sponsored by AG1. Now, I have AG1 literally every day. Get comprehensive and convenient daily nutrition at drinkag1.com/chatsports. I gave AG1 a try because I wanted better gut health and wanted a supplement that actually tastes great. I take AG1 every morning, and it makes me feel ready to take on my day. I came into this football season wanting to get healthier, and started on AG1 has helped me do just that. I take it every morning, and I feel happier, healthier, and more energized. Covering my nutritional basis for the day literally couldn't be easier, which is why I trust AG1. I just mix 1 small scoop of AG1 with water and drink it first thing in the morning. Boom, done. I also like that it costs less than $3 a day. Pretty good if you ask me. It's really effective. It's a really effective daily habit with the highest quality source ingredient. Win-win. And if you're looking for a comprehensive solution, then AG1 is what you need. You can get a free 1-year supply of vitamin D and 5 free travel packs with your first purchase. And some of the benefits, well, it's going to promote your gut health, make everything just kind of go easier throughout your gut. It's going to support your immunity. And one thing that I like is it really boosts my energy and focus in the morning. It's kind of my morning coffee, so to say, as I wake up, I drink it, boom, and I feel a lot better than when I don't drink my AG1. So go to drinkag1.com/chatsports, drinkag1.com/chatsports. We're going to put it in the comments and the description of today's video. All right, the Chiefs are playing the Bears, so let's get into a little bit of the Bears injury news as Chicago put their starting left tackle Braxton Jones on IL. So this defensive line, who has already looked very, very good, well, they could be in for another great performance this upcoming Sunday. And let's start with the three key guys that I like, and it's Chris Jones, George Karlaftis, and Mike Dana, who all had an impressive game this past week against the Jags. And another name I'm going to mention with those three is also the rookie, Felix Uzoma, who looked absolutely great, was flying over the field, and honestly, he's been used in a lot more packages than I thought that I originally thought we were going to see him in. So the line could be in for another really good game, especially on the left side, which is where you could see Chris Jones a lot. Let's transition from defense to offense, as today, or kind of this week, the offensive struggles have been talked about more than anything else. It's no secret that this offense is not what it was all wrapped up to be at the beginning of the season. As 2023 thus far, it's not been what the Chiefs wanted. 715 yards is pretty decent, 531 passing, 191 with rushing. But the one that I'm going to focus on and the one that I don't like is 37 points and a -2 turnover ratio. Now, that's partially on the defense. You got to force a little bit more turnovers, but the ability to hold the ball has just not been great. But I'm going to say it right now, just looking here, the yardage is not the problem. 731 yards through 2 games, that's way above average. That's really, really good, in fact. I don't really understand why that this offense isn't scoring. It just makes no sense. Patrick Mahomes is putting up Patrick Mahomes-like numbers besides the interceptions, which I'm going to say it again, and I'm going to say it every time. That number should be 1 because one of the interceptions is directly to Kadarius Toney after he had it bounce off his hands into Brian Branch in week 1. That's just 1 interception from Mahomes. But the rest of those, that's pretty on par with Mahomes' average, 531, 4 touchdowns. I'd like a little more touchdowns, but again, it's the scoring that's been the problem. It's not been the yardage. So this weekend you have the Bears coming in. Well, what's going to happen? This team is not good. The Bears are not good. You got to put up points. And so I'm going to ask you the question. The most points the Chiefs have scored this year? 20 in week 1. And then 17 against the Jaguars. So do the Chiefs beat that this weekend? And will they score 21 points or more? Well, let me know in the comments below. Type Y for yes if you think this offense will finally get off the schneid, get in there, and make sure that they're showing why they are a really good offense in the NFL. Or type in for no if you think the offensive struggles are going to continue. I'm leaning Y all the way because I got to be honest, if the Chiefs don't put up at least 24 points this upcoming Sunday, I'm going to start to be a little concerned about this offense. And one concern that I think everybody has known has been the offensive line. That's been a huge area of concern. And honestly, it was the least bit of concerning news in the preseason because these guys on the trenches were protecting everybody and protecting Patrick Mahomes so well. But now it's gone. It's just gone. And the penalties have started to arise. Let's start with Juwan. He committed 4 penalties in the Jaguars game. And there was a big talk about him being basically the main false starter of week 1. That was one of the biggest points of contention as a video of him kind of twitching that back foot. That went viral. And in fact, the NFL sent out a video of that and a literal book describing what a false start is and how if that was or if that wasn't. No one ever said if it was. But either way, he still committed 4 penalties the next week, only one of those being false start. But gosh, he could not block the entire game. And then another issue, which I didn't expect at all, is Creed Humphrey. He had multiple errant snaps against the Jaguars. That's not what you see from a guy like Creed Humphrey. He's usually pretty good. And him and Patrick Mahomes, they have a pretty good relationship. And so Mahomes, well, he kind of took some blame for it. He took some blame, basically kind of saying, this is on me. He said this in yesterday's press conference, quote, I tried to go verbal on some of those cadences, and we had a little miscommunication where I wasn't loud enough for those guys to hear. When we're in an away game, I'll try to go back to that silent count and just work on that instead of trying to be greedy and do the verbal stuff. It's going to be fixed against the Bears. It's going to be fixed against the Bears. That's what I'm holding on to. I don't really see Creed Humphrey usually doing that. The only one that I think was a quote-unquote bad snap was the low one that Patrick got and then threw a touchdown to Travis Kelce on. So it's all going to be fixed. Take some time. This is a quote-unquote get-back game. You're going in here against a team that is way less superior than you. You got to be quite honest. So you got to go in there. You got to show them who's boss. You got to play like you are the Kansas City Chiefs and not like the offense that I've seen the first 2 weeks. All right, well, if you've made it to today's end of the video, I need you to comment real one in the chat because I know that there are some guys who they won't watch the entire video. Well, you're a real one, so type it in the chat, real one. We're going to go and check everybody, and we're making sure who are real ones and who aren't. So if you are and you're watching right now, type real one in the chat. We appreciate you watching as always, and peace out.